PHP at the moment. I'm going to show you at first how to make a username registration form as well as a login form. And next time I will show you how to upload videos. Alright, let's get started. Some servers make you use that PHP tag just for security reasons, I believe. I just like programming like this. Let me see. Oops, HTML. And then head. Title. Close the head. We're going to open the body here. And then form method equals post. Ink type equals, I think I'm doing this right. What the ink type multi-port / form data allows you to do is to upload files such as just regular text files, images, or in our case we're going to be uploading videos, at least in a later video. I'm going to say open head here. Now, one thing that you do want to make sure of, go here to the config. Oops, nope. Let's see. Here on the config, go to PHP INI. Press Ctrl F and look for file. Just keep searching. I'm just pressing enter. So post max size right here, I got it as a huge megabyte. That allows you to post how big the file can be on your server. In other words, to actually save it in a directory. So we continue to go down here to upload. Now we're actually uploading. So first we're posting, now we're going to be uploading directly. And that's my file size. That's what, about 7-8 gigabytes. And I believe there's no more max file uploads, how many uploads you can actually have all at once. I believe that's all. Yeah, that's all. So going back up, well, we'll just do this. Did I go too far? Next file uploads. Making sure that that you guys know. I think I went too high this time. Yeah, I definitely went too high. Oops. Make sure that this post underscore max size is set to a big number, because again, it won't, as you can see, maximum size of post data that PHP will accept. If it's too low, it won't accept the file under post. So that's post underscore max underscore size equals however big you want in megabytes. I've tried gigabytes, but that didn't work. So I had to do an extremely big amount of megabytes. And then, of course, the upload file size, which was, again, down here, upload max file size. And I have it set to the same size. So just make sure that those two things are actually set correctly. Now, I'm not doing really anything special besides. Now, I want to make sure that. Okay. Now we're going to close the form here. I believe that's correct. Yep. I'm going to close the body. up here, however, because it's underneath. Basically, this is where you want to put your copyright information about your website or your trademark. If you have extra links, such as if you want to have some kind of navigation at the bottom, like for where people can actually apply for positions your to your company or such as that. Now I'm going to close the HTML. Now this is called modular programming. I don't want to keep everything on the same on one page. I want to be able to just have two separate files so that I can easily incorporate them directly and not have to type them over and over and over again. I'm trying to do this quickly because I only want to spend about 10 to 15 minutes. I haven't even started on the database yet. I'm including output head up here because that is the top part of my HTML. And then I can spell correctly. And I'm just going to put this as index.php. I'm going to create a table. Actually, this needs to be indented further. I could have just easily highlighted both of them, but now I'm going to put a caption. Whoops, ION. The caption is basically the title of the table. So I'm just going to say login here. TR, close the table row, make another one. Oh, what? I'm going to just make this go faster. Do that. Jeez, I'm trying to go too fast. Now the reason why I'm putting 2 down there, even though I don't need to, is just because I want to keep it nice and clean. Put type equals text. Name equals txt name. ID equals the same thing, txt name. Close that. Password. Now this time you want the text and type, or the text type, to be password, because that way it's actually hidden. So the text will be actually, well, not necessarily hidden, it will just show up as little dots. Equals txt name, whoops, nope. Password, ID equals txt password. Don't want anything there. btton. Type equals submit. Again, if I can spell correctly. Name equals btn submit. And all the reason why we want the name is for that it can be posted on the server. That's what the reason why we're using names. Maybe I should have mentioned that, but now we close that. Button to submit. Close the button. There. Let's take all this. Control C, make a new one. Control V. Control C. or S. Register dot, ha, I pressed the wrong button, dot PHP. We're going to keep those the same, that the same. However, we want to take this, 1, 2. This one's going to be verified. We want to make sure that they actually put in the password correctly the first time. So make sure that the password's going to verify what they've already put in the first time. This one, this is going to be email. Thank goodness for HTML5. Oh, I need to change that too. We're just going to make this easy. Whoops. Shift V, there we go. I don't know what I did last time, but there. Okay, now let's make our database. Okay, real quick. I changed the password of my database, and as long as your version is 10.1.5, I think, this one should work. There's another one, but this one works for me. Alter user root at localhost identified by, for me, ABC123, and then I messed up there, flesh privileges. And yeah, I misspelled it, but whatever. Just because a little lowercase I. I'm not using PHPMyAdmin. And it's not because I don't like it. It's a great tool to use. I just prefer to use the command line because I want to feel nerdy. I also want to feel geeky. If that all makes sense to you. I hope it does. So, now what we're going to do, I'm going to check to see what my databases are. So, show databases, semicolon. So I got one called movies, MySQL nuke. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I remember what nuke is for. Social and stealth games. We're going to make one called videos. So create database VIDEO. Yes, why not? There. Now we want to create 2 tables. One called users. Oops. See? I almost messed up already. Okay. Now let's see. User underscore ID int not null. Auto underscore increment. We don't want the user ID to be null. In other words, we need it to automatically have a value. We need it to auto increment for that every time that a new user is created, it automatically increments by 1, because otherwise it's just going to keep on overriding / updating on the 1 ID, and we don't want that. We need it to continue to count down on the row. Now we want to say user underscore name varchar. I usually just give it 255. I know that's a lot of characters, but that way we can have a lot more usernames, and we can make them. They can make them as long as they kind of want, as long as they remember. Not null. Again, we want to make sure that it has a value. Now, we're just going to say password here, varchar, again, 255. And then email, varchar, again, 255, not null. Now you want to say primary key, user underscore ID, and then engine equals NODB. What that says is that we can actually enable foreign keys on our server, or at least not on server, on this table with others. If we don't have that, we can't correctly make a foreign key. No database selected. Well, oops. I have to do that all over again. Can't just press up. I wish that I could, but see, but I can do this at least. Where did user underscore ID go? Let's see. Password, email, primary key. Done. I was about to retype that all in. There's only two. Create table. Oh yeah. Oh, no. Let's just say that. Movie. Movie underscore ID. Int again. Not null. Auto underscore increment. And now we want to say user underscore ID. Int not null. We're setting up the foreign key here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So first we want to make it an index. It allows you, or allows the database to quickly search for the specific row that you're looking for, and just makes it speed up. User underscore ID. Now, FOREIGN. Mostly I'm saying that because I keep forgetting how to spell stuff. User underscore ID. References. Users. User underscore ID. Now we're taking our current integer of user ID, and we're wanting to reference the user ID from the other table. That's all we're doing there, and that's basically all it's saying, is that we're taking the primary key from one table and we're referencing by our current foreign key that we have in this table. Now we're going to do this. We're not going to make a blob, because what will happen is if we have the file actually stored in database, it could become corrupted. It's not because it's a little tricky to program. I've got the code lying around somewhere where I could eventually just look it up and change it, but let's just keep it as simple as possible. So let's see, we want to make movie underscore name varchar not null movie underscore size varchar 255 not null, and then movie underscore, almost messed that up, type varchar 255 not null. Now we want to make sure that we make the primary key movie. Sheesh. Fat fingers. Uh-oh. How did I already forget that? Sheesh. Yay, there we go. We don't even need to test it, because as long as it says that the query is okay on both, no need to test it right now. So I can, well, no, I'm just going to minimize this. Alright, so now, just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to make, and that's redundant, but, because you don't really need to do it, but, let's see, class, why not, movies. We don't need an open close parenthesis. This is all we need to do. So it's kind of like if you've ever played with Java, C++, what else? Those are only two programming languages that come to my mind, but there are others. Java, C#, maybe JavaScript, but I don't remember how to use classes off the top of my head with using that. So let's see, make the function for the constructor. What is a constructor? Remembering off the top of my head, the constructor is basically what allows you to actually use the class. So it's like it creates the object to reference the class. I hope that's correct. You can Google it yourself. I'm not going to do it right now. And I'll just say in a little bit, research it myself, and then I'll give the right answer. But now I want to make sure that I make constants. So const, server equals const. So these constants mean that they never change whatsoever. Their values never ever change. You don't want these values to change, because if they do change, it's going to kind of mess everything up. You want to make sure that no one can edit these unless they're directly in this file. And even then, be very careful, because if you give the wrong user the full permission that they want and they mess around with this, it can mess up everything. Let's see, user equals const, we're just gonna do that, why not, abc123, why as well, local host const db equals, what did I call it? Videos? I think I call it videos. I already had all this set up. So, you don't it's funny. PHP for the class, you do not need to name this the same way. I've played around with that before. But for right now, we're just going to do this. And you don't even need to have the movies.class.php there. You don't even need this class, because it'll still read as a PHP file. Just that developers like to say, hey, wait a minute, this file is a class. So they do it this way. Boom. Now we're going to make our query. So, private query, make sure that I do this right. Now, this is allowing you to use the private variable. In other words, it's what kind of variable is that called? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. It's the instant variable. It's a variable that you can use, that is used specifically for that class above the functions. That's basically it. So let's see, query equals mysqli underscore connect. This is our connection string, or spell again, or die. Now, mysqli underscore connect. So now we got the connection string in, but this time I'm going to say error no. Basically, it'll say, hey, you can't connect, or that it failed. Self. This makes it for that it is making the variable self-reliant, if I remember that correctly. Again, Google it. I will post the right answers in the comments below. Self, and then user, self. Make sure that the variables are spelt exactly the way they have them set, because otherwise you will have something very, very funny happen to you. Now you say this. You want to include the file. Movies.class.php. Now we want to make sure that we have a variable. Oh boy, I've already spent too much time, so we'll at least get this. And then next time I'm thinking tomorrow I will have more information, and we can go from there. We'll at least just make the connection string. So make a variable called movies equals Let me see, what did I name the class again? Movie equals new movies. Alright, now let's test it. Slash, what did I call it? Videos? What did I actually call it? Oh, my bad. See? Spelling helps a lot. Failed to open other than open head in line 2. So let's see. Movies.class failed to open stream alpha. Okay. Why is it not there? Oh, did I say it? Dang it. That's why. Oops. It'd help if I actually used the right folder. No problems. Just real quick, let's add in the index. You know what? Let's just make it real quick. A ref equals register.php. This is essentially just a link to actually point it to another web page. I don't want anything right now. Close the tag. Now we want to say click here. It's already there. To register. Oops. Control F5. It basically refreshes. Control F5 refreshes the web page without the cache. Okay, they work. Thank you for watching. Hope that you learned something. Again, I will be putting the information that I would find online in a few minutes underneath into my comments. Again, thank you for watching. Have a good day.